Hello, beautiful souls. Ona here with Art of Awakening. Welcome back and welcome to my channel if you're new. So it's just about April 2021 and we're looking at moving into a brand new astrological year. I've been doing a lot of Akashic inquiry around the energies of April 2021, and so I'm super excited to share those with you. So when I first started tuning into these energies, I kind of got called to the studio and just felt like I needed to paint, and it felt like it needed to be, it felt like it was going to be an angel coming forward. But when I got into the studio to paint, it was actually this dude here, which ouch, is not an angel. And I was like, who is this guy? So when I inquired about it, it was, I was told that he is a spirit guide of mine. I was like, well, okay, is he an ancestor? And they're like, no, he's more like a descendant. Okay, so he's a guy from the future, dude from the future with a connection to me, who is just coming in with supportive energy for this time right now. Okay, and so he's got a very special message that I'm going to share with you later on. But first, a little bit of an overview of the energies of April as far as I've been able to tune in. And if you have done any Akashic inquiries or any kind of inquiries or getting any feelings or hits yourself, I would love to hear them in the comments below. So please do share. Okay, so what I'm getting around April is that as you are probably aware, we've got the old matrix right now, which is really kind of starting to crack and crumble, and we've got a new energetic matrix forming a much more higher vibration. Okay, the crystalline grid of the earth is forming and so forth. So we're kind of building this new earth as the old one is starting to dismantle. And so what I've been given to understand is that in April we're going to be seeing some of, like, let's see how they're putting it. So some of the energies around the new earth are going to be starting to cluster together a little bit more and vibrate at a higher frequency, but just like there's some building going on at the energetic level. So this may not be manifesting yet into physical reality, but it's something that's happening this month. And so that there is a lot of energetic movement in terms of kind of initiating energy, which makes sense because it's the month, that Aries right now is in the sun sign of Aries, and the new astrological year for this new growth to be happening. But think in terms of when a seed germinates, it's still underground. That's kind of how it's feeling here. And in terms of how it may affect you, and I asked around this for the collective, and they said that you may feel a stirring of energy this month, and that this may come in the form, it may feel like unrest. It may be feeling like you are feeling like this calling of some sort, and it could be some sort of an impulse to move in some way. You may feel that physically, you may feel just this a lot more energy coming in. It may be a kind of a mental, like, what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to do something, or it may be just sort of a soul calling kind of feel. There's a lot of ways that it could manifest, or it could just be sort of emotional ups and downs. And it could feel kind of chaotic. It depends on kind of what stage, what's going on in your life. So whether it feels chaotic or disturbing or just energizing, it could go either way, or it could be a mix of both. Okay, and the reason that you may be feeling this way is that the Earth's energies are being rearranged and reorganized. There's a lot of kind of energetic reorganization going on that you may just be, if you're sensitive to energy, you're just really feeling. So, this could be a really great month. So don't feel like it has to be like, oh my God, another one of these months, but just to understand kind of what might be going down. So it could result in confusion, even unrest. Established energetic patterns are undergoing disturbance. So let's, kind of put it out that way. But the outward effect of these energies may not appear until May or later. So if you're talking like some of the geopolitical things going on, it wouldn't surprise me if April still wasn't a month where we see a lot of that, but we may see that coming up in the next month, the next few months. but we're going to be starting to feel the energy, sort of like tremors before an earthquake. All right, so the guidance that they're giving when I asked about, okay, well, how can we prepare? How can we work with these energies? They said really to focus on peace would be a super good practice right now. To really stabilize, and this is kind of an ongoing thing that I think is good for anybody to do, but especially right now to stabilize oneself at the core. So a lot of heart coherence work. If you have core alignment and really kind of connecting with source, connecting, grounding, a lot of grounding work, making sure that we're really connected vertically with source above, earth below, and really in the heart space. Okay, that's going to help you to maintain a kind of a core stability through these energies. And so that you're going to be able to, once you've got that core stability, you can move with the flow, and to a certain extent we're all going to be bandied about a little bit here with as things move, but it's sort of like if you can think of a rubber ducky that always stays right side up, whether it's being buffeted around the waves or not, it always kind of pops to the surface. That's the kind of energy that we want to cultivate. So no matter what's going on around you, if you still have that core kind of balance in place, you can sort of move with the flow without being tipped over, right? All right, so if you're feeling called to move or called to take action, the encouragement is to pause first and feel into the vibration, the impulses that are inviting you to move, okay? Because we've got a lot of stuff coming at us, and some of these impulses are kind of being generated by the old matrix. Some of these impulses are going to be generated from within, or kind of connected with the new energies coming in. All right, so it's important to, anytime that we're feeling an impulse to move, to it's okay to pause first and just feel into, okay, what is the vibration of that invitation of energy, invitation to action, okay? Does that vibration, that invitation to action, does it feel anxious? Does it feel chaotic? Does it feel kind of spiky? Is it a nervous, angry, incoherent kind of energy? And often this will be a very pushy energy. You got to do this, right? You got to do this. Sometimes it may have little overtones of guilt or shame, right? If you don't do this, then la da 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 da, right? Or are these energies, is this invitation to action, does this feel smooth? Does it feel coherent? Does it feel powerful? Does it feel empowering? Does it feel joyful, harmonious, peaceful, right? These are the energies that we want to act on. Okay, so how we respond to the energies around us also is like, are we responding to this call to action with anxiety? Or are we responding in a state of open-heartedness, of gratitude, of joy, right? These are really, really important, because the quality of our response right now is going to dictate the quality of what manifests, right? The what we're creating. You're creating in every single moment that you're existing, every breath you take, every thought you think, every action is a creative act, right? And so with each action, we are either feeding energy into the old matrix, or we're feeding energy into the new world, this new beautiful world that we're building, right? You're either going to be funneling energy into the old constructs or the new. And so here's the thing. The more energy we're funneling still into the old constructs, the longer that construct is going to be holding on, right? And the longer it holds on, the harder the fall, right? So the more we can pause, take a breath, kind of determine, where's this impulse coming from, how's my response, and really keep it level and keep it joyful and keep it full of gratitude and keep it kind of coherent, we're going to be really feeding energy into the new structures that are building up. And that's going to be making things a lot more harmonious in this transition. We are in a global 2021. If you add up the numbers, it's 5, right? It's a 5-year for the Earth. And, we all know that 5 is this number of change, and that change is always going to have, almost always going to have some turmoil associated with it. So, we can, it's all right. It's like, it's all right. But as long as we realize that kind of this is just par for the course, and we can keep our heads and stay level, it'll be a lot easier of a transition, right, for everybody. And remember that as an awakened or awakening person, you've got a little bit more energetic clout, right? Your energies as you awaken are going to be a little more powerful. And so when you are able to stay in the state of grace, it assists in everybody around you kind of being able to access that state of grace in and of it, for themselves as well. All right, so back to this dude. I didn't ask about his name. Well, I did ask about his name and was told it's Harold, which is actually my father's name. And so I think there's a connection there with him. But so just asking, look, just first of all, let's take a look at him. He's got a little bit of smile here. He's got a little bit of a sense of humor. He's got this beautiful green background. I kind of felt like there was some essence of Archangel Raphael that was kind of hanging around him, or maybe Green Man kind of stuff. And then he's got this beautiful trillium right here at the heart, and he's got this mudra going, okay? And this, when I looked it up, is the prana mudra. And prana, of course, is life force, right? So this is a mudra that I think I'm going to start making a practice for a while of doing this. But it's a mudra that helps to activate the life force. And so if you are doing any healing work, especially physical healing, any kind of depression or anything like that, this mudra can be very helpful in kind of recharging your life force and coming back to a state of vibrant health. So he's giving us that, which I think is a beautiful gift. Trillium is this gorgeous flower that we have them around here. They come up typically around here. We're going to see them in May. So again, talking about those energies right now vibrating and manifesting a little later. I'd say it'll be about a month before these, maybe a month or two before these start to flower. But those energies are already here manifesting, right? Trillium has this trinity kind of aspect, which is so prevalent in all sorts of spiritual traditions. And this is kind of like it's a very complete energy, right? It's well, you know the Christian Trinity, but it's also got, like, it's very prevalent in Celtic. In Celtic symbolism, it's this trifecta. We see it in the Maiden, Mother, Crone. We can see it in Mother, Father, Child. Okay, so it's this continuance of life kind of thing going on, which I think is a very, very, very beautiful. It's also new life. It's one of the first flowers to come up and bloom in the spring. So it's just like this promise of, this beauty coming forward. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful flower. When it comes up, you can see masses and masses and masses of them. And it's just like after a whole winter of nothing but snow and ice. We have snow right now. It just dumped about 3 inches on us. Then just seeing these come up is just breathtaking. So I asked Harold here, I just kind of tuned in to his message, all right? So I just want to share that with you because I think it is really full of hope. Okay, he says, fear not. Life will continue on planet Earth. Focus on that life. Stay focused on that life. Okay, no matter what happens, stay focused on that life, the life force. Okay, align your hearts with it. You are the life force. We are the life force here on this planet. We are the life force of humanity. Where you have a will as the life force, there will be revealed the way. Okay, faith is essential. Know that you are receiving support and assistance, that you are not alone in this, and that the way is open as long as you maintain your faith and focus, and as long as you maintain an open and grateful heart. Okay, faith, focus, and an open and grateful heart. That's that trillium, right? Be strong. You are warriors of light. Your unity is paramount, okay? Believe in your own power. Unity is paramount. I want to touch on that because there's so much out there that's divisive, right? So much out there that it's like you either belong to this party or you're that party, or you are either with us or against us, that kind of thing. Okay, so let's start looking for similarities. Let's start looking for unity. And maybe we can agree to disagree on a lot of things, but let's start looking for where can we agree, where do we share common interests. That's where we need to start focusing, okay? Your unity is paramount. Believe in your own power. You are strong, you are capable, you are a powerful being of light. And when you find yourself in total darkness, call on that light within and shine forth. You will be a beacon of light to others and a promise of new life to come. All right, so I hope that you are as inspired as I by Harold's message. I think it's a beautiful, powerful, and timely one for this time. You know, we are all kind of in this together right now, these energies of 2021. We don't know where they're going to take us. I mean, it could be kind of hurtling into the rapids here. But, you know, we are powerful beings. We are light, right? And we, as long as we stay focused on what's important and have the faith that there's life on the other side, there's light on the other side of the tunnel, that we're going to get through just fine, you know, with that open and grateful heart. So I'm going to choose an animal card. This is from my Spirit Animal Awareness deck. And I'm going to choose a card just as a support totem here, power animal to assist us through the month of April 2021, and seeing who wants to come forward here. This one here. Oh boy, it's Beaver. All right, so Beaver, it's funny because I was just walking around a pond yesterday and just saw the evidence of Beaver, a brand new dam. So a lot of this is around it's around family, I think, and it's very industrious kind of energy. It's a very matter of fact, get down to work kind of energy. I think this is a perfect animal to come forward with all that about kind of the action, being invited to action, because Beaver knows how to act and Beaver knows how to take action, and it's a builder. I mean, talking about building a new world, this is such a beautiful animal to kick off this new astrological year. And you can see the water, the flow, right? Beaver knows how to work with water. Water has a lot of this emotional energy. Water can carry us through a lot, but it can also be very, very kind of an overwhelming sort of energy. Beaver knows what to do, how to work with that water, to direct it in ways that are positive, to direct it in ways that are constructive, to block it where it needs to be blocked. But remember that a beaver dam doesn't just hold back, it also allows the water to flow through, and you know, shaping that water, shaping that emotional kind of unformed energy into something that is constructive, right? It's also about stewardship, practical steps. Beaver's such a practical spirit animal, right? You know, if you're called to action, think through the consequences of that action. Like, this isn't a call to overthink, right? But it's a call to just like really feel into the grounding of it. You know, I think we can overthink things, and that's just the mind going on its own little, you know, digression. But think in terms of stewardship. It's also boundaries, okay? Beaver's very, very territorial, all right? So think in terms of, okay, what's mine is mine, what's theirs is theirs, right? I am the steward of my own energy. I have the power to channel my own energy, my own emotions in positive ways. Whatever somebody does in their, you know, on their river, that's up to them. Okay, Beaver tends to its own, and I think that's a super positive thing that we can work with this month. All right, so if you've enjoyed this, stay tuned. I do have a turtle video coming up. I know there's at least one person who's been waiting for it, so it is coming up very, very soon. I'm working on it. And so if you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and do that. And as always, I love you all. Thank you so much, and we'll catch you again soon.